everybody, thanks for joining us on today's video. I think circa 1970, if it was 1970 and video like this was available, somebody would have done a car on this and we'd be 30 or 40 years later talking about how valuable these things are back in the day when they had shaker hoods and all that stuff. This car, I just walked up, both Angie and I said, that is a really, really nice car. You know what? She's absolutely right. This is a one-owner car, 13,000 original miles on it, right? It's 2020 that we're doing this video, okay? 2020 we're doing this video, so 2017, and it is loaded with equipment, Some people like some things, like for instance, some people like us to take these stripes off here, or just these three. We can do that as well. We can also change stripes on the car, adding like a bumblebee stripe in the back, maybe like something like that, and that potentially could make a difference on here. It's up to you. So we're going to walk around, we're going to look at the car, and we're going to talk about how many options are on it. Keep in mind it's almost 400 horsepower, right? 400 horsepower and low mileage, the automatic transmission. But a lot of people don't know this, and this is a big secret and one of the reasons why these cars drive so well. These cars are outselling the Camaros and things like that because of a reason. Originally, these cars were owned, this company, Chrysler, was owned by Mercedes. Underneath here is a Mercedes 300 series chassis, right? Independent rear. Before the Mustang had an independent rear, this was out first, right? 2008, this was out before the Camaro even came out with an independent rear, okay? That's why they ride so well. They have great traction, and they just roll down the road, not to mention super, super comfortable. All right, so we're doing the video with the stripes that are on it right now. The stripes could potentially change because that's what we like to do here. And this way we also personalize it as well. But what I wanted to talk about was the quality of this factory paint. The red line metallic. So this is red paint with metallic in it. And it is really, really nice. Once you get close up on it, the quality of the factory paint is spectacular, not to mention that beautiful shaker hood just sticking through the hood. All right, let's take a peek under here. This is the one thing I love. A lot of people don't know why it's called a shaker hood. I'll share with you. This right here, instead of being bolted to the hood, is actually bolted to the engine. So as the engine rocks and shakes, it shakes. Hence the decal that's back here that looks like it's shaking as well. So some of the things you should be looking for in a car, like for instance this here. These original decals are important. You say, well, Tone, what's the big deal about some decals? You're right. What's the big deal about it? The difference is these are the factory original decals that you can't purchase anymore. So if this car was in an accident and this hood was replaced or body work was done or something like that, these right here would have been replaced and they'd be gone. Over here, the VIN number is stamped on this support system here. So if it's an accident, they had to replace something. I'm just showing you original things to look at when you're buying a car. For instance, like you look at factory bolts. When there's chips of paint on the bolts, you can know that the fender has had work done to it because somebody had to put a wrench on there. The body shop wouldn't have cared about some bolts. They care about the paint that they've done on the outside. Just pointing out some things that says, hey, maybe this is a little bit nicer car than others. Oh, we will tone your car's a little bit more money. It's a couple dollars more than the other cars that are out there. Well, the problem is the book doesn't allow for a one-owner car. It doesn't add for that. It doesn't add for the fact that it was garaged at home, garaged at work. Never driven in the rain, only taken to car shows, drove once in a while, serviced regularly. Should a car like that be worth more than one that was a rental car that nobody cared about? It sat out in the rain, maybe it was in a field, maybe it sustained damage that wasn't on the report. Absolutely, and that's why this is an important car. Get a good car, spend a couple dollars, make sure you get what you want so that you can pass this down to your kids, or maybe it's an investment long term. This is a beautifully styled, the interpretation of this car from the 70s to now has, I don't know, I just think it's one of the best jobs done, period. This right here says, I'm modern, but I remember my roots. This TA kind of spoiler right here, the exhaust tips molded into the bumper. This is a really nice job, but what I love so much about this car is a functional daily driver if you want it to be. It's almost 400 horsepower. And the upgraded multi-speed automatic, but then you have a trunk in here that you could go away for a weekend. You could go to the beach and throw some chairs in here and some bags and things like that. You could use this car, and I think that's the idea behind it. Whenever you can get a car like this for a huge discount over a new one and have so little miles, it's exactly what you should be looking for, and this is the way I would buy a car if I was buying one. All right, come join me in here for a minute because this is so roomy. I'm 6'1". I mean, look at the size of the room and everything in here. Got power seats. This is the suede and leather combination mix. Here we have like an infotainment system. Turn everything on. Oops. Here, so we can bring everything up. 160 mile an hour speedometer. This right here, the Uconnect system, is probably one of the best systems in any car right now. That's in Maseratis. It's in the same systems owned by the same company, is in here as well. And it's super user-friendly, super easy for everything. This also has some upgraded features too, like the sport mode, super track pack. I don't want to tell you all the stuff that you can do in it, because that potentially could say that I have done that, which I have not done it in this car, so I don't know anything. This has the upgraded Alpine sound system. Again, a shaker hood cars, they're special cars. Not every car was. This is one of only, I believe, 43 or 40-ish cars built in this color with a shaker hood, which makes it already super rare and collectible to begin with. Not to mention it's one owner, sunroof, and so many features and options. It's the most expensive shaker RT that we've had, and I think that once you've found a way to get this in your life, you're going to be very, very impressed. All right, so we closed up the video, and I just want to run down some bullets because it's a big deal. Like, I know that this is a Challenger and it's red, and you saw another one somewhere else, and maybe you thought it was better or whatever, but I just tell you, man, I do this for a living. I do it every day. And yes, I'm a used car salesman, if that's what you want to say. But at the end of the day, I have some idea of what a great car is. And let me just run down why I feel like this car is. All right. This is a one-owner car ordered with almost every single option you could possibly get. It was traded in here, so we know the previous owner. It's a shaker hood car. These cars are going to be more valuable than cars without the shaker. This color is not just plain red, man. This is an extra cost red metallic paint. It's got the upgraded 20s all the way around. It's loaded with a sunroof, the upgraded interior with the Alcantara and the leather. It's loaded with the infotainment system and Bluetooth and heated seats and keyless entry and on and on and on. It's virtually blemish-free. It's as new a car as you could possibly get. We're putting it on the showroom floor amongst these other, $75,000 and $80,000 cars here, and it stands up one-to-one, toe-to-toe with them. I think it'd be an awesome car for you. Anyway, call us 301-816-1000. We'll tell you all about it. We'll figure out how to get this into your life. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel below and click here. And if you got a 70s Challenger story or even a modern Challenger story, or maybe you even have a Mitsubishi Challenger story, right? You forgot about that, didn't you? Huh? Tell us about it. We'd love to hear about it. Have a little banter, have a little chit-chat, and we'll catch up with you later. Thanks.